I want y'all to listen very closely to what Amber Rose had to say about how the way she is raising her son. Okay, just listen real closely, and I'm gonna give you my perspective about this afterwards. All right, it's gonna be audio this time, y'all. All right, so here we go.
My sons are feminists already. Sebastian is a feminist.
Tell me what that means.
It just means equality. He gets it. You know, we were in the car and his friend was like, Miss Amber, ask us like what we like in girls, like what we like about girls. And I was like, okay, do you like blonde hair? Do you like dark hair? And Noah was like, well, I just don't want my girlfriend being on OnlyFans. And Sebastian was like, bro, you can't say that. Like, you have to let a woman do what she wants with her body. Like, that's not cool. Like, you can't do that.
Were you so proud?
And it was like a tear, like, came down my cheek.
That's so beautiful.
And I'm like, that's my fucking baby. Like,
damn.
I instilled that in him. Like,
I was going to say, how did you do that?
From
I'm asking. I need to take notes.
I would say, don't be scared. These kids, if they don't learn from you, they're going to learn from TikTok and Instagram. My son knew anytime, I mean, I know this is going to sound crazy, but anytime I used the bathroom and my son was 2, 3 years old, he'd be like, Mommy, do you need a tampon? Do you need a pad, Mommy? I'll go in the drawer and get it for you. I told him about everything.
You're just like open about your body and
Have to.
Yeah.
You have to, because you're famous. Your son, by the time he's 5, is going to start Googling you and seeing everything. And if you don't have those conversations, like, but when Sebastian said that, he was like, because he said that somebody told him, your mom is on OnlyFans. And I was, like, during the pandemic. I mean, I had to work, you know?
Of course. There's no shame in that.
Yeah. And I had a whole conversation with him about it, you know? I have a whole conversation.
How did you talk to him about it? Just like, this is a way that mommy can make money, and like my body is like can be sexual, and like that's a good thing. Like, what did you say?
Yeah, I also said that whoever told him that, their parents are ignorant, because obviously he got it from his parents, because the fucking kid we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And and I just explained everything to him, like, when it comes to women, you have to let women do what they need to do to support their families. You want to go to a nice school, Six Flags, Universal, travel. You know, mommy has to make money. And he knows that I was a stripper years ago. It's just, I feel like I desensitized instead of like him finding out when he's 20.
All right, so let's go ahead and unpack this. I'm gonna run this again. I'm gonna give y'all my actual commentary about this. All right, so let's run this again. And we're gonna unpack this on video. All right, let's go.
My sons are feminists already. Sebastian is a feminist.
Tell me what that means.
It just means equality. He gets it. You know, we were in the car and his friend was like,
All right, first part. The lady asked Amber Rose, okay, well, what does it mean to be a feminist? And she began to explain that being a feminist means equality. Okay. Now keep in mind that her son is not a grown adult yet; he's still a child. So therefore, he's still in the developmental phases of just learning and growing. But what people have to understand is that our children learning and development doesn't necessarily come from social media. It doesn't necessarily comes from any other type of media outlet that's out there. It don't even come from their own fellow peers. They learning comes from what they mimic from an environment when they're living with their parents. That's where they learning comes from. So all different type of behavior traits with children and stuff, it originates from their dwelling place with their parents. This is true if they have a two-parent household, or if they got two-parent household and the parents are married, or it's a one single parent household where it's either the single mom or the single father. So wherever the atmosphere is in the household, that child or children are going to mimic that behavior and is going to grow and shape their behavior, especially when they get up into age where they start attending school. Now, just like I say, their learning starts from the moment when they be birthed all the way up into the age when they be able to attend school. Most toddlers start attending pre-K roughly around by, like 5 or 6 years old, somewhere around there. That's when they start at least trying to attend pre-K. Some start going to daycare prior before that. But even then, it starts right there in the home. That's where they learn to start at because children mimic their environment and they mimic their parents' behavior. So, therefore, Amber Rose is the one who instilled this into her son about feminism. Her son don't even know what the hell feminism is until she explained it to him in that particular way. To well, feminism means that it's equality. It means that you got to allow a woman to do whatever the hell she want to do, and you can't judge it. And that's basically what she told her son. But let's continue.
Like, Miss Amber, ask us like what we like in girls, like what we like about girls. And I was like, okay, do you like blonde hair? Do you like dark hair? And Noah was like, well, I just don't want my girlfriend being on OnlyFans. And Sebastian was like, bro, you can't say that. Like, you have to let a woman do what she wants with her body.
Okay, and here's the next part about this too. So, her son had a conversation with his fellow peers or his friend and stuff, right? The conversation was going by what type of one girl are you looking for? Now, keep in mind once again, these are young kids and stuff. So, even then, it just me personally, I honestly believe that even young kids shouldn't even be thinking about things like this, like thinking about girls and being in a relationship with the girls and stuff like that. They shouldn't be thinking about things like that unless unless they've been living in an environment where they've been mimicking that behavior from their parents or parent or whatever the case may be. Now, if they're seeing this activity happening in their household, then that's going to spark this early curiosity with them way prior before they start having interaction with their friends or whatever stuff like that. So now since they friends or their peers is having this type of interaction and stuff, right? Now they present it into a conversation where it's not a healthy conversation, it's more of a immature like conversation. So the friend is asking like, what were you like in girls? What do you like in girls? And so his friend preference was that, hey, I just don't want my girl to being OnlyFans. Now, what a young kid know about OnlyFans? Why would they know about that? How would a young kid know about that unless it's something that been instilled in them from the parents? Is it possible that they could access OnlyFans at a young age and stuff like that? It's possible, but at the same time, it's the parents' responsibility to provide and protect their children. You provide substance to them, you provide nourishment to them, you provide education, knowledge, understanding. And the protection part is that there are some things that kids should not be introduced to at a young age. One of these things is dealing with relationships. They shouldn't be introduced to that real early. Now, when they enter into more the preteen stages of their life, you know what I'm saying, where their body is started to develop these type of hormones and chemicals and stuff like that within their body, then yeah, that's the appropriate time for you to start having these type of conversations. But a young kid who's 8 years old or under, no, they should know nothing about no OnlyFans or anything like that. Period. Okay. So Amber Rose's son responded to my bro, you can't do that to a girl. You got to treat them with respect. You gotta let her do what she wanna do. How do he know to say something like that? How do you know that? Through his mom, Amber Rose. His mom taught him that. So in other words, his mom is teaching him how to be a beta male. And we're gonna learn further as she keep talking how she's teaching him to be not only what she's saying a feminist, but a beta male as well too.
Like, that's not cool. Like, you can't do
Were
that.
you so proud?
And I like, it was like a tear like came down my cheek.
That's so
And I'm
beautiful.
like, that's my fucking baby. Like,
Damn.
I instilled that in him. Like,
I was gonna say, how did
See, she said she is still that in him. She told him that straight up.
you do that? I'm
from birth.
asking. I need like
And
I
she
need to
said
take
from birth.
notes.
I would say don't be scared. These kids, if they don't learn from you, they're going to learn from TikTok and Instagram. My son,
No, that's partial true. They're not going to learn from TikTok and Instagram unless you allow them to enter into that particular space. Now, once again, just like I say, another responsibility for a parent is to protect their children. One good way that how you can protect your children from social media is to put up parental filters. It's to simply put up parental filters. If it's some type of content that is very inappropriate for children at a certain age, you could set as a parent, you could set up that filter and prevent your children from looking at that. It always starts with you, but however, with her, I'm pretty sure that when she was having these type of conversations, I'm pretty sure she was doing some modern day women stuff like walking in front of her son naked and um, all kind of weird stuff that she was doing. I'm pretty sure of it. And then explaining to her like, this is mommy's body. Mommy got breasts or titties. This is mommy kiki kiki. It's different from yours. And all this other weird stuff that you shouldn't be teaching a child at their young age about that.
anytime, I mean, I know this is going to sound crazy, but anytime I used the bathroom and my son was 2, 3 years old, he'd be like, Mommy, do you need a tampon? Do you need a pad, Mommy? I'll go in the drawer and get it for you. I told
How would he even know about that? How would he even know what a tampon is or a pad? How at a young age he know that? Y'all remember on one of my shows I was telling y'all that, matter of fact, I just recently dropped a video of this. Sorry, I dropped a short talking about this. One of the signs that men need to look for us with single mothers, right? One of the signs that I clearly stated was that you need to look out for these type of single mothers who treat their sons like they're equal, who treat their sons like they're their equal, or furthermore, they treat their sons like that is their husband. That is a automatic red flag.
him about everything.
You're just like open about your body and your
Have to.
Yeah.
You have to, because you're
No, you don't.
famous. Your son, by the time he's 5, is going to start Googling you.
No, it's not. Children at I have a 5-year-old daughter right now. Okay, I have a 5-year-old daughter. My 5-year-old daughter don't know nothing about no Amber Rose. My 5-year-old daughter don't know nothing about celebrities or anything like that. My 5-year-old daughter don't even know who these people are. The reason why she don't know is because me as a father, I place certain filters or certain parameters where she could continue to be a child. The one thing my daughter know about is Baby Shark. Well, what's that? Robo Nation, wherever that is, stuff. These kitty like shows. That's all she knows in her current space. That's it. That's all she knows. She don't know nothing else about that. She's not going on her. And my daughter actually have a phone as well too. She don't go on her phone or her tablet and stuff like that and sit up here and Google what is Amber Rose, Google what is titties and coochies and all this stuff. She don't do that because she don't even know what that is. Let her know she don't even know how to spell that stuff. So by her saying that, that is totally untrue. But the only way it possibly can happen if, just like I say, that parent is teaching that child that and teaching that child to mimic the behavior that parent want that child or that parent want that child to be in that space. That's the only way possible.
And seeing everything. And if you don't have those conversations, like, but when Sebastian said that, he was like, because he said that somebody told him your mom is on OnlyFans, and I was like during the pandemic. I mean, I had to work, you know.
Of course, there's no shame in that.
Yeah,
And they gonna sit up here, even the girl to my, yeah, ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that. Okay. All
and
right.
I had a whole conversation with him about it. You know, I have a whole conversation.
How did you talk to him about it? Just like, this is a way that mommy can make money, and like my body is like can be sexual, and like that's a good thing. Like, what did you say?
Yeah, I also said that whoever told him that their parents are ignorant, because obviously he got it from his parents, because the fucking kid we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And yeah, and I just explained everything to him, like, when it comes to women, you have to let women do what they need to do to support their families. You want to go to a nice school, Six Flags, Universal, travel, you know, mommy has to make money. And he knows that I was a stripper years ago. It's just, I feel like I desensitized instead of like him finding out when he's 20.
All right. And finally on this last part, she gonna make the one emphasis to my well, mommy needs to make money. It's okay. This is how the way mommy make money. Now, it's one thing, right, where, you know what I'm saying, you look at like these college women and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and they trying to make a way. They don't have the funding from parents or funding from the government to pay for, you know, tuition or things like that. And so they resort and make it quick, fast money so they could pay their college expenses and stuff, right? Which, you know, being a stripper and, you know, a low level sex worker and stuff, right? To me, to be honest with you, to me, I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not doing it as a long term career. They're just doing it as a short term goal to get to a next level of their life. Everybody does that. Men and women do that. There are jobs where people would take and they would just settle for their job to get to the next stage. Like some people, they would go work at a fast food place like McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell, whatever, because they know this is a stepping stone to get them to the next level of the life that they desire. In situations like that, to me personally, I believe it's nothing wrong there because it's a mean to a greater need. You know what I'm saying? No problem with that. No problem. Let's say hypothetically speaking, like when we all was dealing with you know, COVID and stuff like that, and you couldn't find a job due to dealing with that, right? No one's was hiring anything. Then so you resort to OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying, for a temporary need. There right there once again, like personally, I understand that. I get that because it is a temporary need at that moment, but it's not a actual career choice. Now, Amber Rose, she chose to do that. Her whole career was based on her doing that. Her current career is based on her doing that. And to top it up, she's not going to stop doing it because she made a choice that that's her career. That's where not only myself but other people have a problem where you literally choose to do that and try to play the victim when people say something about it, or when the same people who you're entertaining, right, they treat you lower than what you expect to be treated as, or in this case, you want to be treated as a woman while you being a sex worker, right? But when you doing your work, the same people who you're entertaining, right, they don't even treat you like a woman. And you allow them to do that to you because at the end in your mind, it is work. So you allow them to do that. So these same type of people, they're not gonna have no off and on switch like how you do it. They're gonna continue to see you as a worker. Like another case of point. Like I tell people all the time that you know what I'm saying, that I'm a sociologist and stuff, right? My knowledge of being a sociologist doesn't turn off and off, out on and off. It constantly stay on. Even when people recognize me, even on social media and stuff, right? And people recognize me, they're gonna recognize me as urban, as a sociologist. It's not gonna turn out for people. They're gonna see me for who they recognize me as. That's the energy that they're gonna give to me, whether it's good or bad. So same thing with her. It's no difference. People is not gonna flip a switch like, oh, that's Amber Rose. They're just a normal woman. No, they're gonna see you as being Amber Rose, a sex worker. Let's be real about it. And so that's something that you have to accept within yourself, which deep down inside, I honestly believe that you really don't accept it. You may think that you do, but you really don't. But that is my perspective behind this. But just like I say, at the end of the day, once again, this whole situation, this is based on the choice that she's doing. She decided to filter her son in this way to turn her son into a little beta male. She decided to do this. She already made the choice and decision for her son at birth that he's going to be this way. What if her son becomes up in teenage age and years, he decides like, Mom, I don't want to be no beta male. You know what I'm saying? This beta male ain't what it is. I wonder how would she receive that. I wonder if she will be open to that as the same exact way how she want her son to be open to what she's doing. I wonder also too, since she's talking about this whole thing that she's a sex worker, she need to make money and stuff, right? I wonder would she have the same conversation if he were to see his father doing the same as that thing, but instead of him, having not only having sex with women, but he having sex with men and women, and he's saying that he's doing it for money. I wonder how would she receive that? Would she tell him the same exact way that, oh, it's okay, son, that's your daddy. He just doing it to make money. You have to be open. You have to be open and understanding. I wonder would she say that. I wonder how that conversation would go. But other than that, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments about this whole situation. Do y'all agree with Amber Rose with her pretty much raising her son to be not only a male feminist, but also raising her son up to be a beta male? Do y'all agree with that? Or do you disagree with that? Just go ahead and drop in the comments and let me know.